For most of human history, buying food meant looking at a whole ingredient, a grain, a vegetable, a cut of meat, and knowing what it was. But in the mid-20th century, our food environment shifted. We moved away from the farm and into aisles dominated by industrially packaged goods. Today, a walk down those same aisles is a totally different experience. You are constantly bombarded with bright, bold claims on the front of boxes. Words like fresh or Nutri-Choice, healthy, and premium are everywhere. These comforting words are often legally protected, trademarked names, used to imply qualities that don't exist in the product. They act as a psychological layer designed to generate trust and prevent you from questioning it. This marketing layer is designed to bypass your critical thinking. It allows a box of refined starch and sugar to present itself as a nutritional staple before you ever have a chance to look at the ingredients. Take the word fresh or taza on a carton of milk or a packet of paneer. You might assume it means the product was recently made. Often, it's just a brand name. A company can legally name their highly processed, aged product fresh, using the trademark to suggest a quality they aren't actually providing. This chart shows the actual ingredient breakdown for certain kids' vitamin drinks and popular immunity supplements. Looking at the real volume, up to 88% of these supplements is pure sugar. If we adjust this pie chart for premium cashew biscuits, the actual nut content shrinks to less than 1.5%. The rest is just refined flour and sugar. Food companies utilize this tactic because they know exactly how we shop. We are rushed, we want to make good choices for our families, and we rarely have the time to stop in the middle of the aisle and read the fine print. While the claims on the front target our emotions, the biological truth of what we're eating is buried in the microscopic text on the back. To understand what we are actually eating, we have to step out of the supermarket and into the industrial laboratories where this food is engineered. Here, scientists classify modern food using what's called the NOVA classification system. Scientists define Group 4 ultra-processed foods, or UPFs, as industrial formulations of edible substances, like protein isolates and hydrogenated fats, mixed with cosmetic additives like colors and emulsifiers. Take a standard fast food burger. When researchers break down the bun, the sauce, and the patty, they find up to 36 different chemical additives. You are eating a precise mixture of emulsifiers, thickeners, preservatives, and synthetic colors, and the formulation changes depending on where you live. Multinational brands often target developing nations, where regulations are looser, with versions of their products packed with cheaper, highly dangerous palm oils and hydrogenated oils, while selling cleaner versions in wealthier countries. At the street level, this drive for cheap ingredients means vendors often reuse cooking oil until it turns black. This process loads seemingly simple fast foods, like samosas or pakoras, with high levels of dangerous trans fats. These complex chemical formulations aren't created to make your food taste better. They are engineered to extend shelf life indefinitely and maximize corporate profit margins. Beyond the intentional ingredients, there are the unintended ones. Studies show that phthalates and other plasticizers regularly leach directly into fast food from industrial processing equipment and the plastic packaging itself. The intentional additives do something even more specific. They're engineered to create a state called hyperpalatability. This is a precise chemical formulation designed to maximally please your taste, smell, and mouthfeel all at the exact same time. To achieve this, industrial processing strips away the food's natural physical matrix, like fiber. Because the food is essentially pre-digested by machines, it bypasses our body's normal satiety signaling. You can eat hundreds of calories, and your brain never receives the signal that you are full. When you combine that engineer hyperpalatability with broken satiety signals, you get a product that meets the clinical, scientific criteria for addiction, matching the behavioral patterns seen with tobacco products. This engineering allows UPFs to override the basic human need to eat, creating a compulsive, highly profitable cycle of overconsumption. That cycle of overconsumption scales up rapidly. we can track the addictive nature of UPFs to skyrocketing global rates of childhood obesity and type 2 diabetes. The data shows that high UPF intake is also a primary driver of cardiovascular events, hypertension, and significantly elevated all-cause mortality rates across multiple populations. The impact extends to our brain's aging process. Long-term studies indicate that a diet high in ultra-processed food is directly linked to significantly higher risks of developing all-cause dementia. There is a strong mental health correlation, too. Consuming a nutrient-poor, calorie-dense UPF diet reconfigures your gut microbiome and increases the physiological risk of experiencing depression and anxiety. The cheapness of fast food is an illusion. You might pay less at the register, but you ultimately pay the true price through a lifetime of chronic physical and mental illness. To see the final cost, we have to zoom out to the environment. Mass-producing these cheap UPF ingredients requires a massive industrialized global supply chain. This includes the staggering scale of factory farming, which exists primarily to produce the cheap meat and dairy acting as the fast food industry's backbone. As this infographic shows, the immediate climate impact is immense. According to the UN, factory farming accounts for 37% of all global methane emissions, a greenhouse gas with a warming potential far higher than carbon dioxide. Then there is the secondary destruction. Vast tracts of land undergo mass deforestation to create grazing fields and grow monocultural feed crops. This practice permanently destroys natural habitats and strips the planet of its agrobiodiversity. Finally, there are the toxic byproducts left behind. Operations produce massive manure lagoons that poison local waterways with harmful bacteria, alongside the endless mountains of plastic waste generated by single-use UPF packaging. The global packaged food system hides its true costs behind marketing layers. Our only defense is to look past the branding, read the ingredient label, and demand real transparency about what we are putting into our bodies.